learn to an election. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a little, but I still reinvest it. Fear how I feel, then you feel like a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it down, we gon' get it. Working to the cover.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watch list coming in on August 3rd, 2020, and Congress is going to make the stock market go crazy. We had a lot of developments over the weekend, or really the lack thereof, compared to what we were expecting. We still have over 100 companies every single day reporting. Earnings season is still in play despite some of the big companies out of the way. So we have a pretty exciting week. It might be one of those moments where it's when they act fast, you act slow, or when they act slow, you act fast. I'm going to be talking here about the Congress. We're going to focus on that. I have the plays, I have the keys. We'll go over some of the plays that we made on Friday as well too, and that is pretty much it. But we are coming into August. We've been seeing a lot of stuff here, this congressional battle, and even coming into the election. I hope you guys are ready, because even after this month, the markets might start picking up again. So even leading into the end of summer here, we have a wild ride in front of us. So I hope you guys are ready. But let us not delay. You guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. It's the first link in the description, and it is pinned in the comments. We better see you there in the morning. It's free 99. It costs you nothing to join. YouTube.com/the stock market. You can post the plays, see the plays, watch the watch list come to life. And yes, you can join a cult. It's a friendly cult. That's what we are. We do a lot of different activities, from like Halo to stock trading to long-term investing. But now also the most important thing is to source information and post your plays. So on that note, please let me bring up the random account. So this is the random account. What we need from you is to post a random play in the comments below. We've been doing this since the beginning of the year. We stopped during the volatility, but we take a random option play, post a specific one below. We'll spend up to $100, and we buy it arbitrarily on Monday morning, and we see the performance. So comment a play below. We're going to use this watch list tomorrow. However, I was noticing you could kind of even see the random plays have kind of even reflected our performance over the last few weeks, or kind of with that IV crush with options. You could see kind of how it's been reflected. So keep that in mind. But thank you to all the people who have posted a play. I love you all. Source the info. I can't wait to see even where this ends up at the end of the year. Again, we're getting past Q3, ladies and gentlemen. So we're still having it. It's earnings season. So I hope you're ready, but we got that out of the way right off the bat. The first thing is the play action is still in play. So if you've been following along, if you guys have been on stream, we've been talking about this. Congress is going to be important, but this has to do with what we were coming off of last week. We have the earnings. The earnings weren't bad. We heard what Powell said and what he's looking for, but now this whole stimulus bill and what this could lead to and how this could really hurt people, and even how Powell mentioned it, this is going to be the most important thing. So now over the weekend, Congress didn't vote on anything, and now it looks like it's going to be a 1 week guidance. So what I mean by that, this might happen for the whole week. This is what everybody's been talking about, because Mnuchin went in over the weekend. They didn't agree to it on Friday. Mnuchin has been talking about it. They said that they're talking about a deal, but at the end of the weekend, no deal was made. So I was expecting they were going to have it by the weekend. So this is a little bit interesting. It seems like it's going to get a little bit more political, but now even how the weekend is gone, a lot of people are expecting to hear an update on this by the end of the week. No temporary bill has been passed. So this is fairly negative in my eyes. We will watch the futures. We'll see tomorrow morning as things develop. But this is what I'm saying, with so many other earnings reports coming out and then the follow-ups from the last earnings, if people are expecting to wait, even if people are already guiding out 1 week to hear a decision, this might be a slower moving event. So we'll see, but I think it's important. Or at the end of the day, I think once we start getting more economic data, if they don't vote on it and the market doesn't react to the slowdown in voting, I think the data is what could nudge everything. But again, this has to do all in lines with what we've been talking about last week with TLT, Powell, and everything else. So keep that in mind, and keep in mind just how this is developing. But as far as this week, this is going to be pieces of news that is going to come up, and we are going to be watching it. So watch out for that. Next, like I said, there's still big earnings. You're going to have over 100 companies a day. So you could check them out on Earnings Whisper if you want. We're going to still go over them, but it's not the largest companies. Now, there's going to be some obscure movers. I have some that I'm going to put on this list that we're going to be watching, but for the most part, the big boys, the big kahuna, those 4 companies we saw last week were 25% of the S&P value. So keep that in mind as far as broader market moves. You're not going to see the market react. There will be some industry sympathies, and some companies will probably get clapped, and some will actually do very, very good. So there will be opportunities, but the broader market has got what it's wanted out of the big boys, and we can kind of get the direction. However, keep an eye out for this independently from what's going on with the market. These could be individual plays, and now that some of the IV and some of these expectations have gone out since we saw these big reports, there could be some good opportunities. So I am going to be looking out for that. But keep that in mind. Be smart about it. Be wise. Again, keep in mind the clock where we're at with August and some of this broader news. So going to be watching that. As far as the earnings, these are just Monday and Tuesday. Again, there's just a lot of companies. So post any below if you guys are going to be playing them. These were the ones that I got. I will be playing some, or I'm going to be watching them tomorrow morning. But you got Space and Take-Two, or Activision, I believe, comes after hours tomorrow. But then Tuesday, we're going to get Disney. Remember, we have an old play on that. I think that could be a run-up. And again, coming into this week, what I want to see if the market does go crazy, if it gets motivated by the politics, whatever it may be, I do want to see how premiums react, because now that you got some of the big boys out of the way, some of the premium might juice up again, or we will definitely see it actually get killed. So watch Disney, though. They're good. Again, Twilio, you saw their earnings report last time. They moved. So again, when companies do have big reports, it's kind of nice to catch the earnings after. There's going to be a lot of expectation, so it could still move, but could also revert as well too. So watch Twilio. There's going to be Win. Beyond, I like Planet Fitness. We're going to talk about them. And then ANET, we have some of those older plays as well too. So those are going to be this week. Again, those are just Monday and Tuesday. We still have a lot of companies Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll cover them throughout this week as we get to those watch lists. But if you have anything else for Monday, Tuesday, post them below. That is what I'm going to be watching. Congress will take the main focus. We still got earnings. Watch the continuations. There was other news like TikTok and Microsoft. That's going to even lead to some plays. We'll talk about that. But should be a pretty exciting week. I hope you guys are ready. But let us get into the plays. So right off the bat, the first play, continuation on Apple. You guys saw that play. We did $16. I only walked away with like $1 something or like 80 cents, but they closed. I think Bradley frizzled a peach, baby. He got $500 out of it. It was awesome, but Apple made a nice move. It did do the continuation. Holy crap, $40? That's actually crazy to think about. That's a big move. So there could be a follow-up. We'll see, but it has been continuation season. We've talked about this. We got a little bit of the juice on Friday, so watch that. That's going to be the first play I'm going to be looking at. Want to see if there's just any more of the hype again off of the split and anything of that nature, but that'll be the first one. The second one, Microsoft and Snapchat. Now, we made a Snapchat play on Friday. We got that. It was a daily, so it is fully expired. We did it quick, but remember what happened. Snapchat made a big move off of this news with TikTok and Microsoft and all that, so both Microsoft and Snapchat are going to be a play. Even Microsoft had a good after hours. We were playing Halo and we saw it come up, but point is, Snapchat and Microsoft, I believe they're going to move pretty decently off of the news. So again, there was even news that Microsoft said they're backing out because Donald Trump's banning it. So watch how that news and how it develops plays out. So that one's going to be both continuation with earnings and news driven. That's why I like it. Going to keep an eye out for that. And then finally, I would even add to this list, even primarily, I should have put, maybe there's going to be 4, but Disney is what I want to watch, but Beyond and Planet. So out of all the companies this week, these are companies I know that could move. They have interesting backing with like news and hype. So watch them. But Beyond and Planet, we have a Beyond play that we're down on. We've been getting wrecked on it. I don't have a play on Planet Fitness. I want to watch them just because they've moved up a lot. I think they might do better than expected. So they have a reason to be bullish, but then also at the same time, they've been very volatile and moved a lot. If they do worse than expected, they have a reason to get cut a lot. So I just think it could be a good strangle or playing both ways. So going to be watching that. All depends on premium pricing for me. Beyond hype stock, but again now too, this week we are going to get Disney. We have that old play. I think I sold out of them, but I do want to see how this trade's coming into earnings, because now, like I'm saying, with some of these bigger companies out of the way, I want to see if the underlying moves and then what do the options do. So those are going to be the 3 plays. This is what I'm going to be looking at tomorrow. Again, earnings continuations. Don't forget, we're still coming off those bigger companies. We did do a Facebook play on Friday So we played Apple, we flipped that, got profits, played Snapchat. I don't have those plays again. We have different, I'm pretty sure we have older puts. We may have some like graveyard calls, but I'm not sure if we have them. However, you saw what happened to premiums in the last few weeks, so it might be better to set up calls now. But we played Apple and Snapchat. Facebook, I played this on Friday. We did the next week calls. I got 10 of these. 275s, flipped 5 of them out at 55 cents. We got them for 22 cents. So I have 5 for free. So I'm in that play, but the name of the game is going to be continuation plays tomorrow, Microsoft and Snapchat for the news, and then finally looking at some of the potential pre-earnings. Those are going to be my third tier plays. Again, we've seen how earnings have played out, and we've seen the opportunity because of this data crush, and the continuations have been the answer. So that is the game plan coming into Monday, again, with all of the Congress and news. I hope you guys are ready. But as far as everything else, again, these are all the plays even from last week. Amazon, Apple, eye on Walmart. I still like them as well. Believe their report is around the corner. Again, don't forget about Microsoft. We have the Intel. Remember, we have that put. We did the continuation play, and surprisingly, it's like break even. So there's been a lot of volatility. It's been moving down, but not as much. Remember now, also, it's going to move in line with AMD. We got a free play on that, but that one expired. So watch how those are playing out. But again, watch industry-specific types plays, and that's what I was even saying with some of these earnings. But now, watch the video. We had those calls that I'm still in, but they're a little bit all over the place. It's hard to tell. I think I'm down on them. I'm not too sure. The bid says 0, ask says 70, what we paid. But watch them. Watch ANET. Again, I like them for earnings. I believe I still have some on the bigger account. Yeah, so remember we switched the Tasty over to Thinkorswim, and I still have these. Remember we did the Strangle. We spent $300 on the puts. Those are pretty much clapped, you could see here. But then we have these September calls. We have those 320 still. They're going to report. I may want to trim this, but I still have the whole big position. Remember, I sold off on the small account, but bought 10 of these for $200. They're trading at $100 each. So I might get my $500-$600 back, maybe sell half of them, and then hold the rest into earnings. But we'll see. But ANET is looking pretty solid so far. Maybe we do take a gamble, but we have been clapped the last few weeks. We will have to consult with the cash balance on whether or not to play conservative. So keep that in mind. I like them, but like I said, Planet Beyond and Disney, those are going to be the main ones I'm going to be wanting to watch that we don't really have. And then finally, keep an eye on TLT. It's still up there, but at the same time, there has been moments like this. I think it was right here, middle of April, where TLT did top out and then it started to come down. Again, we need to watch what happens, but I think Congress and what's going on politically, or if it leads to anything else, or if the uncertainty, pretty much the longer they take to decide, that's going to lead to more uncertainty. And if we see that reflected through bond or commodities, aka gold, that will give us some more insight, but I'm not reacting just yet. Again, I still think the play action is occurring. So I'm pretty patient. I don't think it would hurt to set up. However, we already have old plays, so pretty much if anything did really literally pop off and catch us off guard, we will still be covered. So that's why I'm not worried. I don't really have FOMO about this. Again, it's better to be late than wrong, and that's what this earnings has definitely taught us. So I'm not too worried, but I am excited. I think it's going to be an exciting week. I always think it is, so I hope you guys are ready, ladies and gentlemen. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. I need you in the game focused. It's a new month. Don't forget about the long term. Be smart. Stick to the budget. If you stick to the rules, you will not lose. Watch the cash balances. Don't break them. Don't let your feelings or emotions get the best of you. Think long term. Take it little by little. It's all about small, good decisions, baby. But the code loves you. I love you. And we'll see you in the morning. Let's go.